Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to take a look at this Tissot PR100 Powermatic 80. Tissot is a household name, at least in Malaysia. Did I once tell you about a story about a salesperson looking down on me and said very loudly to insult me to her colleagues that looking at his outlook, I don't think he can afford a Tissot. Well, the story started when I had better nothing to do, and it happened like a couple of years back. So I was in a mall on a weekend wearing, the regular t-shirts, shorts and sandals. On my wrist, if I recall correctly, was the Seiko SKX013. And there was a Tissot boutique in that mall that I was walking around and loitering around, which has since been closed down. So I wonder why. So I walked in and nobody bothered to greet me at the time. And then I asked one of the that salesperson who insulted me at the end, where are the automatic watches placed. And the salesperson just rudely pointed to me like, there, just go there, without really interested in serving me. And she continued to chit chat with her colleagues. So yeah, maybe I was wrong to interrupt her when she is chatting with her colleagues during her work hours. Well, maybe, I don't know. So I walk around and I looked at the displays and nothing interests me. So as I was walking out from that shop or that boutique, that sales girl, the salesperson, in order to insult me, she said very loudly, like as she was still continuing to chit chat with a colleague, like, looking at his face, I don't think he can afford any of these watches. As I was walking out, and it was pretty loud, and people were like turning heads and see, wow, who's that, right? Yeah, so that's my experience, or my rather bad experience on, my experience with Tissot boutiques here in Malaysia. All right, so let bygones be bygones. So my purpose of sharing the story is that most people in Malaysia, or in this region, I would guess, would regard Tissot as a luxury brand. I can relate, right? I would say that it is an entry to Swiss-made watches. Most of the people would equate Swiss watches as good watches. Maybe it was passed down from the parents or the grandparents. Swiss-made is good. So Tissot, being a Swiss watch company since 1853, as printed on the dial, is regarded as a good watch. In terms of price, this watch is close to 1 month's salary of the minimum wage in Malaysia. So it's kind of expensive, at least for non-watch people. For watch people, I would say it is on par with Seiko, like the entry-level Seiko Presage or Seiko Perspex. But this one has the moniker Swiss made. I'm not going to go into that 60% thing of Swiss made and whether or not it is really Swiss made. So that's for another video, which maybe I wouldn't do, right? So yeah, it's about this watch. So before we go into the details, let's take a step back and see what has happened recently with the Powermatic 80 movement. This watch is powered by the Powermatic 80 movement with 23 jewels. I believe it's stated somewhere on the case back, alright? So there was a big hullabaloo on plastic parts inside the movement, and this is garbage, it's non-serviceable, it's cheap, it's like, I don't know, people are just calling it like stupid stuff. Being a mechanical engineer by profession, I can tell you that not all plastic is bad. To make it sound more expensive, let us call it polymer, or maybe engineering plastic. Some engineering plastic have better wear properties than metal. Okay, some claim that the palette fork is made of plastic. Traditionally, as far as I know, the inserts of the palette forks are made of synthetic ruby. Right? Guess what? They are man-made material and not jewelry-grade ruby, like what you would expect. Right? I'm not sure what those people that are calling plastics as garbage would expect those ruby from. They are not natural ruby, so they are very affordable, that synthetic ruby. So I'm not sure what type of engineering plastics are used by Tissot, but certain engineering plastics have lower friction, which is good, especially when it comes to palette fork, And in combination to the good wear resistance, it may even, give it a longer life than traditional ruby and metal parts, right? Because of that low friction or low coefficient of friction, if you want to go a little more detail, all right? So as such, I wouldn't say plastic is bad. Like some plastics are even used on bearings, used on automotive components and stuff like that. So I wouldn't really generalize plastic as bad. I mean, unless you're saying that is your mommy kind of Tupperware plastic in a watch, then that's bad. But I believe each engineering plastics are selected based on its property for its selected purposes. They wouldn't just take your Tupperware plastic and put it inside, right? I'm not sure what those people are thinking if they assume it's that way. In general, I wouldn't say using plastic components in the watch movement is bad. They made sense in terms of cost for business. Then there is another argument saying that the movement inside this watch is non-serviceable. Alright, let's face it. Who would really service the movement if they can be replaced cheaply? Would you service or repair your Seiko NH35 or just replace the entire movement? I mean, the entire movement can be available for maybe less than 100 Malaysian ringgit. So are you gonna open up, repair it, wash it, clean it, or just replace it, right? These are not $1,000 watches from Patek or Rolex, and I doubt most watch people would service it, especially with the limited availability of good watchmaker in this region. So there you have it, right? That's my take on the movement. So I believe I give kind of a more positive inputs to the movement of the watch. So let us move on to the specs of the watch. I purchased this watch when it was available for the same price as a Seiko Prospex or Seiko Presage. Comparing the specs, this seems to have better specs per value. 80 hours of power reserve, plus minus 15 seconds per day compared to minus 40 to plus 20 seconds per day on a Seiko 4R35. Sapphire crystal compared to a Seiko Hardlex. It does seem to be better on paper. We'll see. The watch comes in two dial colors as far as I know, white and black. This is sunburst black version. I'm not sure if you can even see the sunburst. We'll talk about the crystal a little later. The hour markers are applied and high polish. So is the handset. The hour and minute hands are filled with lume, but they are mostly for decoration purposes only, as they die out pretty soon. There is a date window at 6. I like this placement over the window at 3, as I think it makes the watch look symmetrical. There is even a high polished metallic frame around the window. The watch comes in at exactly 39mm when I measured across 4 to 10, and it has a lug-to-lug distance of 44.3mm. The thickness is 10.5mm, and it has a very common 20mm lug width. Most of the case of the watch is brushed except for that high polish bezel. It comes with a see-through snap-on case back showing the Powermatic AT movement with a nicely decorated rotor. The watch has 100 meters of water resistance and it has a sapphire crystal. One negative aspect of sapphire crystal is that it has higher reflectivity index over mineral crystal. This made them more reflective, so which is why I think it's kind of hard for me to film the watch at the same time to show you the sunburst dial. But it is harder than normal mineral crystal, giving them more resistance to scratches. The watch comes with a bracelet originally. I'm not a fan of the design, so it went straight into the box when I first got the watch. The bracelet comes with solid links and solid end links. All the removable links are held in by pins. However, the clasp is just a pressed metal clasp. Well, it's, less than desirable. I wish they provided us with a solid scissor or mill class, but at least they redeem themselves by giving us plenty of micro adjustment positions. So if you were to put this watch on the bracelet, you will have no problem fitting it on your wrist. So let me try to put it closer to the watch case so you can see how it looks with the bracelet on. Yep. Or you can go back to the unboxing video. Alright, so this is how the watch look on my 6-inch or 15.2 centimeters wrist. As you can see, the crystal is extremely reflective because of the lack of anti-reflective coating and the higher reflective index on a sapphire crystal. Well, this is not its original strap. As I shown you earlier, I believe this one is an aftermarket strap from Strapsco, if I recall correctly. Well, the watch may look a little too big on my wrist, especially if you were to wear it as a dress watch, but let's see. And if I were to put it on a more casual strap, like this single pass NATO strap, I believe this one is from CNS. It's the Loom version of a denim design strap. I think it looks kind of okay as a casual watch. I can wear it out and about without worrying about, it being banged up or anything because it comes with a sapphire crystal. So yeah, I would say it would work as a more casual or contemporary watch. And with a 100 meters of water resistance, I'm not afraid of getting it wet as well. So what do I think about this watch? Well, there are so many people on the internet saying that the movement on this watch is bad. Looking at it objectively, I think the watch is okay. What is more important is for you to do your own research. Some people just love negativity and delve around them to make more content, or maybe to become viral or famous. So to me, objectively, or maybe subjectively, right? I think this is a decent watch, especially if you were to compare it to, Seiko Prospex or Seiko Presage, right? I would say this is kind of a decent watch. Well, you don't pay full retail for this watch. You normally can get good discounts if you manage to find like a good AD or reseller of this watch, right? So yeah. Alright, I think that's it for this video. If you're new to the channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. It really helps me a lot. Till then, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care, stay safe, bye bye.